Hey, this is John of MusclePapa.com with an interview with Tim Gardner, MPC judge, promoter, and coach of Team Body Tech in Tampa, Florida. I enjoyed a couple weeks ago visiting with your team, and it was nice to see the camaraderie there at the meeting and how the various athletes are able to support each other. Could you talk a little about that? Because I know this really is your passion in working with the athletes and such, and talk a bit about your team and what the team concept is.
Well, I coach athletes from the novice all the way to the pro level, whether it's bodybuilding, figure, or fitness, and of course, extension with my health club, I do a lot of mainstream clientele as well. But as for the team itself, that's a separate entity from my other businesses. But basically, majority of them they're preparing for competitions within a set period of time. When they interview me and I interview them, potential athlete, I always say I take all the thinking out. There's not one thing, one part of a competition that I don't cover. I mean, I cover how an athlete's going to wear their hair, the color of their suit, the cut of the suit, how they walk out, how they pose. I choreograph their routine. I do their nutrition. I do their training, their supplementation. There's not one stone that's not left unturned to where I make sure that every nook and cranny of that competition, that we'll already have covered it, whether it's in a mock-up show that I do here in my gym, where we just drill repetitively for months. That's the biggest compliment I receive is that my novice competitors, when they're judged, or the audience says, man, how many shows have you done? You look like you've been doing this for years. I go, no, this is my first one. And that's the biggest compliment, that they're that prepared, and their poise and stage presence is right on spot to be given that compliment. But it's the hard work that we put behind the scenes, all our team meetings that we have, and the mock-up shows, the mind games we play, where I make them mentally strong, and I prepare them for everything that's going to happen. And it's just been, throughout the years, it's just been second nature to be able to instill that in all the athletes. And it's really special because I look back and, I say we're almost 500 strong, John, and to see that the relationships, the bonding, the camaraderie, as you stated, the friendships that were made, the marriages, and then now the children that are coming out of Body Tech, and to think, that not long ago it was just me, and back in 95, that's when I started Body Tech. But to look back and see that there's actually Body Tech children that were generated from people meeting within my own team, and then the friendships where people are best men in weddings and godparents, and it goes on and on and on and on. Like I said, they've been an extended family, and to look back, it's just really something special that I really couldn't written any better.
Yeah, I think actually a couple of the folks that weren't able to make it were to the meeting a couple of weeks ago. Were actually getting married, I think.
Oh yeah. Holly and Frank Beck. They were getting married, and it was untimely on our part, but we were at times we're kind of restricted to weekends that we can meet, and we're so big now, as John, that it's impossible to get everyone there at one time. But to also hold the meeting on Easter weekend is actually a great turnout to have over 50 people attend. When I was really expecting a sparse turnout, but
right, and you've got athletes that are driving from all over the state of Florida and potentially the nation as well to attend these meetings. It's an odd sort of thing too to see judges. I mean, you've got folks like Roger Puffer at the meeting listening to you. Obviously, Roger, he's a national level judge as well in the MPC, and he's taking your advice just the same as someone who was attending their first meeting, and you've got pros attending these meetings. It's an interesting thing to see, I have to tell you, Tim.
Yeah, it's a wide array of personalities and talents, and they all fuel off of each other. Even the pros, and even And you mentioned Roger Puffer. He's an international judge. You know, he's seen it all. You know, his involvement with Team Body Tech, he's one of my clients that he's training for Masters Nationals. He's 50 years young and looks incredible, and so he's under my tutelage there. But, you know, that he's got a great eye in the sport of bodybuilding as a judge. This year, he's got, you know, he's been very fortunate to be appointed the All Forces that's going to be held in Tampa October 25th. And he's going to be spearheading, promoting that. And again, when you talk about people with passion, when you talk about that show, he lights up like it's like he's the proud father of a newborn, you know. So
absolutely.
Well, yeah, we've got a lot of great personalities, great talents, and I'm proud of that. What our team represents, displays. TeamBodyTech.com. That's our competition team. BodyTech Online is our health club. Vitamart.net, distribution of Beverly International products in the state of Florida. Of course, now we have IFBBTampaPro.com, which is our Pro Bodybuilding Weekly Tampa Pro show.